Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at Seibugeki 12. It was a major that happened this weekend alongside main stage. Not as stacked as main stage because that tournament was insane, but this one was still pretty massive. A lot of very strong Japanese talent was here, and let's just get right into it. We had Mia winning the whole thing, Umeki in second, Repo in third, Kameme in fourth, Takai and Fitari in fifth, Yuzu and Huto in seventh. Ninth place had Aquila, which I'll give you time to process that. Ninth place had Aquila, as well as Yama, Gorika, and Renamai, I believe that's how you say it. And then 13th place had Hideyoshi, Noi, Aka, and Lisudo, which is crazy. There's two. Well, there's a bunch of major things that happen in this tournament, but there's two insane ones. One is ninth place for Aquila. Ninth place for Aquila is unprecedented. This is his worst placement ever. At least 100% on an offline tournament. Probably, honestly, on an online tournament, too. I'm not super confident about that. But ninth place, he's missing top 8. It's not even like he got a 5th or a 7th. He missed top 8 for the first time ever, which is obscene. Now, it is best of 2, which kind of sucks, or best of 3, rather, which is a little unfortunate, but still, he got 2-0'd by Repo. It's just Mega Man Steve. It makes sense. I could 100% see it. Mega Man Steve is not a great matchup, or at least I feel like that's one of the characters that can do well. But then Kameme beat him with Sora, which is not. It doesn't feel like that's something that should happen, but maybe Sora is good because Meister did take that one game at SmashCon. Granted, that is one game, but it shows signs of life. And I guess the character does have a sword. Maybe being floaty helps against block setups. I don't really know how the intricacies of that matchup, but that is absolutely unreal. And then Kameme also just had a pretty decent losers run, beating Komei, Noi, Aquila, and then he also beat, I forget who he beat in top 8. He beat Yuzu off the gate, Takai, and then lost to Mia, unfortunately. And let's talk about Mia's run, because this is arguably more insane than Aquila getting 9th. I think this is the record for most sets won in losers to win a major, because he got knocked into losers in pools, and he did not have smooth sailing. It started off tough. So, he lost to Seibugeki, who had a very good run, by the way. Shouts to them. And then, I believe they play, hold on, I think they play Joker. This was probably their best placement ever at a major. I think it is, because 65th at Maizuma is pretty good, and then they've done pretty good at decently sized tournaments, 64 players here, second, 64 here, he won the whole thing, 98 here, he won the whole thing. But this is more of a major size, and he beat Mia, which is absolutely insane. I'm not super confident on who he plays, but also I think I have a little bit of an idea of it. But anyway, Mia loses right away, and then he beats Show Limit 2-1, scary already. And then I don't know, he took Adderall or something, because he just went on a roll. He beat Momon, insane player, in contention for best run in the world. Manzuko, absolutely unreal. We just saw him do really well at Winners last weekend. Tet had one of the runs of the tournament, honestly, as well, beating Abadongo, which is crazy. Jagaimo, which is Politane and Game & Watch, which is not an easy matchup for sure. Lisudo, also one of the runs of the tournament, beating Hikari, and then I forgot who, I think he made an upset to actually get there in Winners. We'll get back to him, surely. And then he also beat Yama, who is also an amazing player, and then he beat Huto, Wario player, insane. Fitari, that it's Ice Climbers, but still, he made it there, so you know he's good. Kameme 3-0, Repo 3-0, and then double 3-1 Umeki in the Grands reset. That is, I think, 13, or I think it's 13 sets here. I'm not going to count them. But that is an insane run from Mia. That is absolutely unreal. And it sets a precedent where now Mia is in contention for the discussion of Best in Japan. Because Best in Japan is Aquila. This is he has a quote-unquote bad performance. It's still a 9th place. It's not really that terrible. But that's Mia, he won the whole thing. He won Apex. He's won, I think it was Kowloon as well. So I think he's won 3 majors in a row, which is a very, very, very good streak. Granted, they weren't super, super massive majors, but he still got a bunch of amazing wins there. He beat Kameme twice now, I believe. He got a double win on Meki Repo at Apex. He beat Jackal, is probably his most notable win there. Mia has been doing very well recently, and I would honestly argue that for this season, he's the 4th highest Japanese player. It's either, he might honestly be 2nd or 3rd, because it's T, Proto, Mia, and Aquila. Aquila is number 1. Proto, I think he's number 4 right now. 4 or 3. Because T has been doing very well recently in Japan and in the NA, or in EU, he hasn't been doing as well in NA. And then Proto has been doing well in NA, but he hasn't been there for a little bit. And I mean, he hasn't been doing amazing in Japan. Like it's not like he's getting bad performances. It's just like seventh, fifth, like not getting like he's not taking like the best losses as well, which is kind of unfortunate. I feel like anytime there's an insane run at a tournament, Proto is usually one of the people that they beat. So it's definitely hurting him a bit. But I still think he'll probably place above T and Mia on the ranking system just because of how strong his start to the season was. Like he had a very, very strong start to the season. Omeki also having a really good run, being Takai, who is definitely one of the biggest up-and-comers in Japan. Right now, Takai's been doing very well, very consistently. Like, he had a pretty good run at Winners, getting top 5 here is absolutely incredible, and he's just someone to look out for, one of the best Sonics in the world right now, and it's like, there's so many good Sonics. There's like, Wrath, Sonics obviously, Ken, Takai now, a couple other ones I'm forgetting, Sunito. Like, there's so many just absolutely outstanding Sonic players, and the character, it's because the character's good. That's like people be denying this character a little bit. I think people are more woke to it now, but they're denying Sonic still. Repo with its third place as well is also very impressive. He's just a super good player. I always love seeing Mega Man do well because the character's just super interesting. But I want to look at Yuzu because Yuzu is a name I am not familiar with at all. Like I have never heard of one of his runs. He plays Pichu. Oh, I love him. Oh, I'm hype. I'm a Yuzu fan. I love good Pichu. Oh, never mind. He plays Rosa. Still like him though. Rosa's funny. Rosa, he got 7th place here, which is pretty impressive. Rosalina as well. There's like a lot of Rosalina spreads. Like there's DeBuzz, there's Yuzu, there's I believe Homika plays Rosalina in EU. So that's like 3 top Rosa players in each region, which is not something that like most characters have. It's interesting because it's not like a great character. Some other people here that were like got kind of upset. Shiryuki got kind of upset. Kome as well lost to Lusudo. That's before I forget. And then Lusudo lost to Renamai, who also again had one of the runs of the tournament. There were so many just incredible runs this tournament, and like it feels like the major wasn't as stacked as it was because all of like the traditional Japanese players that you usually see in those spots got upset pretty hard. Like Passeriman going out fairly early, Kome going out fairly early. Well, I guess 17th isn't that bad, but like for what he usually gets, it is. Excuse me, I hit the mic there. Especially considering his run at Kowloon as well, and then Abadongo also going out very, very early. Takara, same thing. It's like there's just a lot of very impressive showings for a ton of players here, and the Japanese scene it's so volatile because there's so many amazing players around every corner, so much character diversity. And Hideyoshi, did I bring up Hideyoshi yet? I think I didn't. So let's look at Hideyoshi because I think he's my player of the tournament. Hideyoshi, Japan, Smash. I should look this up before. So another name I was not very familiar with, and by not very, I mean not at all. It looks like his best run before this was 17th at a Card Brewer 25, but I don't actually know how big that tournament was at all. So probably this 13th here, honestly. And a 13th at Seibugeki is really, really strong. He lost to Yuzu, but then he beat Lai, who was a very good player. And then in winners, he beat, let's see here. Who did he beat? Gorika also. Shouts Gorika for beating Abadongo. Like, Abadongo has been having a rough streak of tournaments lately, which is kind of unfortunate because he's just, like, such a fun player to watch. But, I mean, he'll pick it up again. He always does. Hideyoshi, damn. Is he hiding from me? Hold on, let me find him. There we are, got him. He beat Passeriman, which is crazy. Then lost a close set to Yama, and then he did end up falling again to... It was Yuzu. So, huge shouts to Hideyoshi, another Yoshi player in Japan, which is... I don't know why there's... I mean, I guess there's only like 2, Yoshidora and then Hideyoshi now. But there was like Roy at one point, or... Ooh, I think it's Ron. I'm pretty sure it's Ron. But there was like Ron at one point. Like, it's weird because it's not a character, again, that you see a ton, but there's just a lot of them in Japan for some reason. Shout out to Chicken as well. I think he got a pretty good win over... Was it SSR, who's a very good player. He got a win over SSR and Tayuka. I think that's how you say that. I could be wrong, though. But yeah, Chicken, very good player. Diddy Kong as well. I always love seeing Diddy as well. And you know what? Someone that I miss in Japanese tournaments is Etsuji. I don't know if he just hasn't been going to as much or if he hasn't been doing as well, but I love Etsuji's plays. He's unreal. Another amazing losers run that I want to cover up before we start wrapping up this video is Hutos. Hutos loses pretty early on, but then he just turns it up like Mia, and he makes the absolute run. He beats Gachipi, he beats Passeriman, he beats Senra, he beats Shiryuki, he beats Aka, he beats Gorika, and then he loses to Mia. Unfortunately, that's the only person that could stop him with someone on an arguably hotter losers run. But these wins, like the Aka win, the Tsubaki win, who got like a very good upset here. I think he was the one that upset Mia, if my memory serves correctly. I will go back and check that just to make sure. But then getting like a Passeriman win as well, like those are just like, yeah, it was. Those are just like incredible wins. Like Hudo is an amazing player in Japan that I feel like we don't always get to see him shine. And when he does, though, it is just absolutely unreal. I feel like that's how it is with a lot of Wario players, though. Like you'll have Loaf do that sometimes, Gluttony to like a kind of swingier extent as well. But yeah, I think that's everyone I want to mainly talk about this tournament. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk about everyone. Like Gorika had an amazing run. Renamai, I feel like they've all had incredible runs, but we just don't have enough time to talk about them. My player of the tournament, I think it has to be. It's Mia or it's Hideyoshi, I think. It's just like, this is such a drastic jump up from his previous tournaments as well. And it might, actually, do you know what? Who else? Who else did, what Seibugeki beat? If he beat someone else, he beat Nada as well. That's a good player. He beat Nada, he beat, Kamusuki. I think that's how you say that. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm mispronouncing a lot in this video in specific. This is the hardest I've ever had to think about who to give it to. Because Yuzu also did really well. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm giving it to Yuzu. Like, doing it with Rosalina is absolutely unreal. And he was a good player before, but he has never had a tournament like this. Like, this is absolutely crazy. He is so, so good with Rosa. I don't know how he does it. Like, Rosa is a character that does not work for my mind. And yeah, Yuzu is my player of the tournament. Also, but there's like, basically everyone in this slot is in contention. And this slot, honestly, because it's just a lot of upsets this tournament. Sets the tournament to watch. Literally, Mia's run, he played with such conviction. It was like, it was inspiring. Like, it was just absolutely unreal. I'm only gonna, do you know what? I'm only recommending Mia's run. Please go watch it. It is crazy. Every site you can find. And I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. But before I close out this video, there's a Discord I want to shout out. And it is going to be this Discord right here. Smash Journal, they just made it, is the pgstats crew, or like a lot of them. Trash Day owns the server. He's like a big script writer for pgstats. I think he did mainly recaps when they were doing them. And this server is incredible. They have a bunch of stuff here, just people making content for the scene, and it is so, so cool. I probably won't be in it that much realistically because I just kind of do my own thing. As always, but I might like pop in there from time to time, like give video ideas, take video ideas. Little devious look there. But I highly recommend, if you have ideas you want to share with people, if you have editing skills you think you could use, voiceovers, all this stuff, if you want to show your talent, or you want like help with your ideas as well, because I'm sure people would be down to help, or just a place to chill as well with people that are like-minded about Smash, I highly recommend it. The server will be in the description below. Please go support them. pgstats was an absolutely amazing thing to our community, and this is a chance for us to like kind of get that back. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you guys for it. It's meant the absolute world to me lately, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.